Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, my friends, welcome for the show. I'm your host, Dieter Vanschura. I'm the owner and manager of the Artelino company and my little family company located in southern Bavaria, in the southern part of Germany. We sell Japanese prints in weekly online auctions, and we produce these videos always related to Japanese prints or also modern contemporary prints. And we do that, of course, to encourage you to buy in our online auctions. Today's subject is just one print, a very old print by a very, very old artist. It's actually from the 18th century, from the early period of Edo woodblock printmaking. The print is rare, and this early period, let's say before 1800, book authors call this period also the golden age of ukiyo-e, the golden age of Japanese printmaking. Some other art critics have a different opinion, but this is how you often find it referred in books like, for instance, here, this one, Dictionary of Japanese Artists. What's so typical about this early period before 1800? Well, most of the woodblock prints at that time, they were made in black and white and not in colors. You must know, in order to produce a woodblock print with different colors, you have to create one block for each color. So this one has three colors: black, red, and some kind of yellowish brown. But before 1800, multicolor, yeah, they were made, but hardly more than 2 to 3 colors. Next, a few words about the artist. Actually, we do not know very much about him. Not even the precise dates when he was born and when he died. But he lived roughly between 1697 until 1756. Where did I find that? Yeah, in this book here by Lawrence P. Roberts. It's a dictionary of Japanese artists. And Lawrence P. Roberts, well, he calls Shigenaga Nishimura, the artist, an important ukiyo-e artist, an innovator, and a great teacher for younger students, who later should become printmaker themselves. And why an innovator? Well, Shigenaga Nishimura did a lot of firsts. Well, according to Lawrence P. Roberts, he was among the firsts who created landscape prints with bird's eye view perspective. He was also among the first who created triptychs. A triptych is a Japanese woodblock print consisting of 3 sheets. And this, by the way, this is the middle sheet of a triptych that now no longer exists after so many years. And he was also an innovator, according to the author of this book, because he was among the first who depicted, Lawrence P. Roberts said, half-naked women, not completely naked, but half-naked women. And in the 17th century, this was apparently something still unusual. And he was also an innovator because he experimented with new features, luxury features. And one is applying lacquer to the print. And this is also a good example. Here you see the black, this lacquer usually comes with the color of black, as black lacquer, and it's called urushi in Japanese. So Shigenaga Nishimura, famous for introducing urushi to his woodblock prints. And a last thing that's important about Shigenaga Nishimura, well, he had many students, and the most famous one, and if you're a collector of Japanese prints, you will know this name, the most famous one was Harunobu Suzuki. Let me explain this print a little bit in detail, or better, let me try to explain a little bit about this print. It's a wonderful example for an early Edo print, and I want to point out a few things and also compare it a little bit to the successor of this artist, his best student, Harunobu Suzuki, regarding a little bit the style. Well, the print is from a series with the title Fashions of Dancing Girls. Well, she's not really dancing, she's reading a book, a typical Japanese book. There you see these 4 binding holes. You cannot recognize it here on the video very well, but take a look at our catalog. And Japanese books, they were made with the same technique like this print as woodblock prints. And let me now take a look at the face of the girl and compare it to the way Harunobu Suzuki made the drawings of his women, his young girls. Harunobu is famous for young girls that look fragile and delicate. Look at the eyes and also parts of the face, or the mouth, yeah, the small mouth. That is typical for the period, and that reminds also of his pupil Harunobu Suzuki. But now look at the face. The face is round, or I wouldn't even call it fat. It's round, it's coarse, and look at the neck. Well, she looks like she hardly has any neck. She has a neck like a sumo wrestler. Harunobu Suzuki, quite the opposite. Rather thin necks, which looks very fragile. Another one, Utamaro, well, he's famous for his long, thin necks. So quite a difference in style. And then I want to take a look at something else here. Look at the hand and the fingers of these girls. They are completely unnatural. They are extremely, look at this extremely long, thin finger. This is not a finger, and I don't want to blame the artist, but it shows the difference of the technical level of woodblock printmaking in the 18th century compared to, well, let's say 19th century, or first half of the 20th century with Shinhanga, which was in terms of technical skill of the carvers and printmakers, which was the absolute summit. Nevertheless, this has a wonderful charm, and there are many collectors who don't want to have late ukiyo-e, late Japanese prints from the 19th century. They called it the golden age of ukiyo-e, the golden age of Japanese print making. So overall, a wonderful example for the development of ukiyo-e from the 18th century until the 20th century. We are coming to the end of this video, and let me wrap up a few highlights. Well, the first one, this print by Shigenaga Nishimura is very, very rare. Artelino was founded in 2001, and that means today we exist as an online auction house, especially for Japanese prints, now for 20 years. And during the 20 years, this is the first original print by Shigenaga Nishimura that we ever had. So it's really a unique chance for lovers and collectors of prints from this period called by many the golden age of ukiyo-e. And please, before you bid, take a look at the catalog. There are many more details. It's described very well by my Japanese wife, Yori. She makes wonderful descriptions, but please, before you bid, read the descriptions. You cannot cancel a bid in our auctions, don't forget that. And therefore, to underline the importance of reading, let me finish with a quote by Mark Twain. I like Mark Twain, was a smart guy. And the quote goes like this: "The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read." Don't forget that, my dear friends, and don't forget to bid in our auctions, because this is the reason why we are making this video. And if you don't bid in our auctions, I will no longer make any videos. Don't forget that. Well, goodbye and have a good week. Thanks.